We give you the real, like you popping a red pill. Ain't no time for acting, it's like camera action. Real life is a script, real talk is what it is. Enlighten your 6 sense, we back at it again. Until you can't filter it, it's raw, uncut, no taste.
What's going on, and what's going on one more time? This is your boy, DJ Talented, and I am in the building. Let me give you some of that. Yeah. You know we got buttons around here. We're going to be hitting them things all through this damn show, man. What's going on, people? This is the new show, The Real,
the Raw, and the
motherfucking
Rugged.
It's going crazy today, y'all, man. We should be supposed to have been on at 12 o'clock, but there were so many technical difficulties that it just wasn't working right. But we here now. Give a hand clap to us.
Yes, we're still here.
Yeah, and to my right, I have
This Entertainment.
And to my left, I have.
This is Sexy Sandy OG in the house.
Y'all better know it.
You ain't know, now you know.
You know it. Today is Saturday, 12 p.m. Some minutes after, but still.
20 minutes.
Hey, we still on it. Still 12 o'clock, right? Hey.
And that's what you call it.
What y'all doing today? What are y'all doing today in the homes and in the streets and all that good stuff? Hit us up. Let us know what y'all got going on today.
It's Saturday. Yeah, hey, what's going on Saturday?
And it's chilly. It's chilly.
It is cold out there, man. It's 45 degrees out there.
Yeah, it's hot weather.
Man, it's supposed to get down to 35 tonight.
Ooh, I got some coffee.
Ooh, girl, you
gotta
get
go to work tonight.
Get you some tequila. Come out, coffee.
Oh yeah, we do that too. Yeah, there we go.
Well, since she already said it, get y'all cups. What y'all drinking on?
What we drinking on?
We over here drinking on some De Leon and cranberry.
There you go. Is that what that is? I thought it was a Ducci.
Oh my God.
Ducci.
We gonna have to fire her from ever drinking again. Ducci. If you talking about Douce, Douce is a dark liquor.
What you call it, Doozy?
Doozy. We're gonna do her a doozy. But anyway, if y'all got y'all cups,
we got
let's make it do what it do, y'all.
And take a drink.
Hi.
Okay. We ready? Ready to get on with it? Because we got a long.
We ready to get on with it?
We got to get OG out of here.
This lady is giving me the boot, y'all. But anyway, toss it over to Miss Entertainment.
All right, hot topics, y'all. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, you don't forget. There we go. All right, let's really get on to it. Here we go. Oh, that didn't come out right. So there is a renewed criticism of a juvenile judge, Donna Scott Davenport. There she is right there in Rutherford County, Tennessee, where she oversees a juvenile justice system, and the allegations that she disproportionately and illegally has been really jailing children of color. The investigation centered around the 2016 incident where 11 Black children, some as young as 8 years old, were allegedly arrested for not stopping a fight captured on video. 10 of the children were charged with criminal responsibility for conduct of another. Now, it kind of goes back in 2003 where Davenport allegedly set up a process where police in Rutherford County took children into custody, transported them to the detention center for screening, and then filed charging papers. So the statewide average for how often children are locked up is 5%. For Rutherford County, it's 48%. So, Miss Lady, what in the world? You know, to the people always hollering that my vote doesn't count, this is an example of how your vote could count. She is an elected official. So people would come in decency and some sense. I said, get off your ass and get her ass out of there. We gotta vote. We gotta get that thing out of there. What do y'all think?
My thing is, I don't think this is something that's new.
True.
I think the people that live in that area, if nobody else, have been aware of this going on and could have voted her out or should have been planning on voting her out. But for it to have to hit national news for and world news for people to start saying we need to vote her out, that's just like if I'm living at home and somebody is I don't want to say beating because that's not good, but somebody is stealing from me, I shouldn't have to wait until it hit the world news before I do something about that person stealing from me.
I get that.
So yeah, they need to exercise their right to vote. They need to vote these people out, and understand that their vote counts. But I'm just kind of tired of waiting, and maybe that's what they needed. Maybe they needed that support from the outside to give them the energy or the strength or the backup they needed to start talking about getting her out of office. But I'm pretty sure that this isn't something new, that this was something they've talked about, whether they talked about it out loud or talked about it amongst themselves. I think this is something that's been talked about that they were aware of.
So why do you feel it's taking this long? That part I don't understand. I mean, why is she still there? She's been there for a while. She's been there for a while. So why are they still dealing with her?
There
You know what
could
I'm
be
saying?
different possibilities with that because she can be.
But she's an elected official.
She may be an elected official, but she may be there not by people choosing her to be elected, but also people being frightened of her and what she'll do to them or can get done to them if they try to get her out of there. Because when I was in Arizona, there's a chief officer out there that nobody has ran against, and those that has ran against him, some of them came up missing.
Mm-hmm.
So that can be some of the problem. And then people just being frightened and just, okay, that's not dealing with my family, so I'm not gonna do it.
I want to tell you something.
48%
when it comes to my children, when it comes to children, come hell or high water, you gone.
Yeah.
It's not about being scared about what she's gonna do. The fear should be on her side of the aisle. The fear should be about what's gonna happen to you, because you're taking people's kids and you putting them in a traumatic experience unnecessarily, just because, and nobody is willing to call the racist what it is, a racist. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And stop trying to say this old lady, this white lady, this racist ass woman has been doing this, and she's been doing it with the support of the police department, of the DA's office, and even of the defendant's office, public offender's office, because nobody who had an opportunity, not just the voters, and you're not going to tell me that the police department, that the juvenile justice system, that the DA's office, that the public offenders, that they didn't know this was going on for all these years and they didn't say anything about it.
They knew. They just didn't care. Because this is just like the city that I'm originally from. The arrest rate, the lockup rate for blacks is like 95%. So you going through that court system, if you don't have a lawyer, you get locked up. And sometimes with a lawyer, you get locked up. Regardless if it's true or not, whatever the situation is, you get locked up. And that's bad. Just because you go into court, you ran a stoplight or something, regardless of what it is, there's a 95% rate of black people going to jail compared to white people. And it's bad.
I mean, but that's the way it's been. We can continue from now on to keep talking about these statistics, and because we was talking about that 10 years ago, we was talking about that 20 years ago. So it's not even a thing about statistics anymore. The question is, what are we going to do about it? You know, when is it going to, are the statistics going to get bad enough for us to say enough is enough?
Yeah, that is so true. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but I know it got to be something more than what, because 48%, that's like half, that everybody knows somebody has went before this judge.
Yeah, you know, that's like everybody has had a son, a daughter, a granddaughter, a niece, a nephew, a cousin,
Mhm.
you know, that has gone, you know, and we're not talking about 15, 16, and 17-year-old. We're talking about kids.
Mhm.
We're talking about 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old kids being traumatized like this.
That's dumb. And they wonder why our people don't like them.
They know why. They ain't confused about that.
Some of them wonder why.
They know.
They can't expect a kid to like them if a kid's gonna get into fights. Kids gonna have disagreements. Kids gonna do mischievous stuff. It's just in the nature of a child.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't be locking them up because they stole a candy bar. Let them know, hey, don't do this again, or this will be the process.
Especially if you're not locking up the person down at the tax office who stole $600,000.
Exactly.
You know, or you're not locking up that policeman who's stealing the drug dealers' drugs and money and putting them in jail. So, but you finna lock this 7 or 8 or 9-year-old because they witnessed a fight and didn't stop it.
Crazy. Now I can see adults why adults seeing kids fighting or whatever the case, man. You just sitting there watching. You know better. You don't watch and put this stuff on Facebook or Instagram or somebody kid getting beat up or whatever the case may be. You go stop it. Ain't what the kid's gonna do to you. They may throw a punch at the other person but mistakenly hit you, but you move them kids out the way. Look, stop doing this. Go about your business, you go about your business. The adults should be the ones that, if that's the case, if they have to lock somebody up, let the adult be locked up for that.
Let me tell you, that woman, that judge, knew exactly what she was doing.
Yes.
She knew, and she did it with malice and forethought.
Yeah.
You know, she did it. She intended to do it. And if they let this kind of be brushed under the carpet, I guarantee you, she's gonna do it some more.
It's going to continue.
She's gonna do it some
because
more.
she's still a sitting judge.
You know, and for nobody to have challenged her, you know, and I'm not talking about people running against her in office.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm the people. You know, everybody don't make some money off of this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all of them. You know, they don't make money. The juvenile justice, juvenile halls don't make money off of it. You know, all of them have made money off of it,
mm-hmm.
and probably had them kids doing free labor. If we want to know the truth about it, probably had them in there. You know, oh man, don't get me talking about it.
The prison system is built to, they get paid from getting people put in prison. So the majority of people, if they can't get a whole lot of adults, what they're gonna do? They're gonna go to the kids.
That's why I say these young kids. Everybody keep talking about take the guns from these young kids. You know, I say only if you're not gonna teach these kids the right direction to point them guns
and how to use them.
You know, to the right direction to point them. Because if they're gonna keep pointing them at people who look like them, people who are on the same block with them, then we got some serious problems going on.
Yeah.
Before we even get to the other side of the street. You know, but if we're gonna have somebody who's gonna take these people and say young boys and girls and take them under their ring and show them, you know, this is what we're gonna use these guns for. Because I'm not for taking the guns from them. You know, I'm about teaching them the purpose of those guns.
Yeah.
You know, they say they warriors. Let's really make warriors out of them.
Yeah.
You know, because the reality of it, I'm 68 years old. You know, I'll pick up one if I have to, but I kind of want to be, maybe I need to be the one in the kitchen making sure they get fed when they come off the field.
Right.
You know, all of us got a role to play. We all have a role to play.
Yeah, see, my thing is they teach their kids at the age of 4, 5, 6 how to go shooting military style sometimes and all that stuff. But when it comes down to black people, we trying to keep the kids from even having guns. No. Give them guns, teaching them how to use them, and teach them what to use them for. You don't use them against your own kind.
Well, you don't use them unless you're threatened. You know, you're in the process of saving your life for others. It's sending move your. All I see is Mike. The other way. There we go.
Sure.
Okay.
We can do
Okay.
Mike falling. Technical difficulties, people.
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah.
All right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. It's just I want to see that
Okay.
beautiful face.
There we go.
There we go.
All right.
All right. Moving on to the next hot topics. Not moving on that right there. It's not like that. Not. So at least eight people are dead after a crowd surge during a sold-out Astroworld music festival concert. The crowd started getting out of control when Travis Scott was performing. You know, people stampeding, people having heart attacks because of the panic of being stampeded on. At least 500,000 people were in attendance. And then some people were saying that, you know, it wasn't enough security or medical people, you know, there to assist. And I'm like, with over 500,000 people, how much security could you possibly have had to control that large crowd? And it reported that even Travis Scott was telling to just stop his concert, stop what he was doing and his performance, and said, like, you know, y'all need to calm down, back up, you know. He had to do that several times. You know, I'm just like, how could you be so infatuated with a person that you're willing to stomp on the person in front of you just to possibly get to him, which you not going to get to him? I just didn't understand how. And we're still in COVID. What are we doing?
That's that mob mentality. You know, it's I don't know. Some things I can't figure out. You know, I try to put my mind in that mind space, but it's some places my mind just be telling me, "Oh no, you ain't gonna take me over there. We ain't even gonna try to figure that one out," because some stuff is just like too absurd. You know what? Like,
I kicked the wrong one out.
Can't be giving her no goddamn control of that.
Well, come on back in there, DJ Talented.
Did she kick you out?
I was just
She gave me the boot.
okay. I just let it be in there for now. But yeah, I just don't get that. I really don't get that. That just happened last night or whatever. So another thing that was going on, Meek Mills has become, came under fire, right? For his album cover where people saying that is objectifying, Black women as sex objects. And according to Meek Mill, Nina Chanel, a Black New York artist, was the one who designed the artwork. So here is a picture. Where we at? DJ, come on back in there. My bad. I had a picture of that, but I'll find that. But what are y'all thoughts on this as I find that picture?
Well, I haven't seen the picture, but there's been plenty of people, even females, that's been objectifying females on their album covers.
True.
So why is it a problem when Meek Mills do it?
It's one of those things like, because it is a freedom of art. Here we go.
Look at Cardi B.
That is the picture.
If she's not objectifying, come on, man, that's nothing.
Where you got the that and the that and the that and whatever. And it was designed by a female. So is it art?
So you can't say that he objectifying females. She did.
Well, he put it on his his album, but yeah.
It's not his design.
I think it's art. I mean, there's a lot of, worse things that's out there, One of the Suki and Killer Mike, they spoke out in support of him. Suki, she's a Love and Hip Hop Miami star, where she's like, there's no outrage for statues in Italy and Rome that depicts naked white people, which is true, ma'am, but they're not in a sexual type pose either. But art is art, but when is there a line? Because I guess I asked this question: what if somebody painted a picture, especially if he was not of African descent, of a bunch of people hanging from a noose?
Well,
Is that art?
That's not art. That's
art,
death.
though.
That's history.
Okay.
That's you killing somebody. That's you showing somebody that you're gonna hang their ass and kill them.
That could be history.
What he got going on right now, that has nothing to do with killing nobody. That has nothing to do with harming anybody. That has nothing to do with history of harming people. Or none of that.
But it's still art. Where is there a line? Is there a line when it comes to art?
Yes. If it's a noose around somebody's neck, that should be a problem.
But,
that's objectifying killing somebody.
But a black woman bent over with all her stuff hanging out, that's not a problem.
If a black woman put the stuff on her album, is that a problem?
I'm just saying, I'm just looking at now who made it, the art itself.
But I'm looking at the fact that women objectify women. If they do it, why should it be a problem when a man does it?
So let's go take it.
Women objectify men too.
Let's take it a step further. Black on black. We do it. Should we expect others not to?
Do what?
Anything. When you just talk about, we calling each other's nigga. Because I know I do.
That's just like saying you can hit your child, but don't let nobody else hit your child.
Mm-hmm.
So no, just because you do something, that doesn't mean somebody else can come along and do the same thing unless they want to get dealt with. And then as far as these women being objectified, is there something that I would do? Probably in the privacy of my home with nobody watching, and we just had a couple of tequilas and just having fun. But is that something I would put out in public for public view of myself? No. But did I find that album cover offensive? No.
Okay.
Because I try to look at things both ways, and it could have been his way of recognizing the beauty in a black woman,
or supporting that art.
Exactly.
Supporting that artist.
Sometimes if you take the power, you can do things and take the power from the other person. So if I'm taking the power for you, nothing you can say or do can hurt me because I'm in control of this. I have the power over this. So no, and I also think we need to stop. It's so many things.
I think we're so sensitive.
Yeah, it's so many things that we need to be having outrage over.
True.
So many things. How many? If they had the same outrage about the number of young black girls or young black kids missing and being trafficked, maybe something can be done about it. Yeah. I'm not saying don't have outrage, but we need to start thinking about what we're being outraged about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And another thing goes to some females walk out the house with barely anything on. You can see all of that.
So?
No, what I'm saying is, no.
Oh.
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but if you call this album objectifying women, isn't that objectifying women when they come out the house with nothing on?
Well, at first, I think we need to just take and just put that somewhere else, because when some people say it's objectified, some people say it's just being indecent. let people be people.
People and do what they do.
You know,
As long
if
as you ain't hurt nobody.
girlfriend wanted to walk out the house butt naked with nothing but purple paint on one breast and blue paint on the other one, then she ought to be able to do it without nobody saying anything to her.
I don't
You
have
know,
a problem
we
with it.
can't say that the body is beautiful. We can't say, you know, for all these people, because they always want to throw some kind of religion stuff in there. You know, that's what get me, you know, how they be throwing this religion. But, you know, that's a whole nother Sunday school topic we ain't going to get into today. But, you know, people always are trying to be so judgmental about, you know, I'm sure Teresa has gotten comments about people thinking she shouldn't have blue or green or whatever color that is in her hair.
Yeah,
Like, who
all
gives
over.
who gives a fuck?
Right. Let
You
the
know.
person express themselves how they want to be expressed.
I don't have people ask me when I'm gonna get that mess off my head, and I'm like, what?
Yes.
You know, and I'm like, and they talking about my locks. I'm like, well, shit. When you get that mess out your head, you know,
Got him.
you know. But
That mess
until
off
you,
your face.
yeah,
How
you
about
know,
that?
I just think we are letting other people's outrage, and it's working because they're distracting us from what's really important.
Right.
True.
You know, and
True.
we cannot continue to let other people's dictate to us what we should be outraged about and when we should be outraged.
Right.
You know,
We're in a cancel culture, and it's like every little thing is like, we're upset. But
shit, I'm outraged because you don't think people deserve a $15 an hour wage.
right.
You know, that's what I'm
Minimum
outraged
wage.
about.
Yeah.
I'm outraged because you don't think daycare should be free for pre-K should be free. I'm outraged because you think people shouldn't be able to go get free dental work and free vision care.
Mhm.
You know, that's what I'm at. I don't give a fuck about somebody being ass over on an album cover. You know, because 9 times out of 10, if the media had not put that album cover out there, only so many people would have saw it. You know,
Well,
everybody wouldn't have saw it. You know, the
this-
people who bought it and people who put it on social media and the people who follows Travis, what's his name?
well, this is Meek Mills.
Meek Mill. Okay,
Yeah.
the people who follow Meek Mill, see, I ain't even know. But the people who follow him, they gonna be the one who know. You know.
And that's
But
good,
if
'cause
if
he's
you
number
never
3.
showed me that, if you never told me that discussion was going on, I never would have knew that because Meek Mill is not somebody who I follow. So I would have never known about it. If the media hadn't put it out there, if social media hadn't put it out there, I never would have seen it. But when I saw it, I'm not gonna get outraged about that.
Mhm.
Yes. I think with this cancel culture stuff, everybody is canceling. Well, it seems like most people are canceling
Any little
kind.
thing.
No, our kind. Other people's kind is not being canceled like our kind is.
Let me tell you something. When I realized that these motherfuckers didn't want to cancel Donald Trump, they ain't nothing else they can say to me.
That's
Right.
true.
You know,
That's true.
period. I ain't even interested in nothing they got to say.
That's true. That's
And
a good
I'm
point.
not listening to something they have to say.
That is a good point.
That's who you following? And you think I'm finna listen to you? No.
Crazy.
Y'all
ain't cancel him.
You know,
Cancel
so
culture. Culture.
What?
Cancel culture is canceled. How about that?
Yeah, exactly. That's what you want to cancel something. Cancel that.
Well, shout out to Meek Mills because he's still doing good. Number 3.
Yeah.
So,
Go
and-
ahead.
Do what you do, baby.
Do what you do.
Go ahead. Make you some dollars.
Come get on our radio station podcast.
I want to say, before we move on to crazy in the news, congratulations to the opening of the new Black Wall Street market there in Stonecrest.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier this year. So the market is supposed to stand toe to toe to markets like the Ponce City Market. So definitely everybody go out and support.
Yeah, let's all go out there and support Black Wall Street.
That's right. So,
You asked for it, you got it.
So support it.
So
Let's get it.
let's see what you gonna do.
And ain't no canceling.
All right, let's move on to crazy in the news. All right, Republican nominee Curtis Sliwa for New York City mayor brought his cat to the polling office so he can vote with him. And they had to tell him that he wasn't allowed to bring a cat there. to the police. He really was upset that he cannot bring his cat. There he is to the polling office to vote with him. You know,
What the fuck the cat got to do with voting? He ain't got no damn card.
crazy to me.
Stupid.
Okay.
So,
See, this
Yeah.
one of them things where I shouldn't even know nothing about. And I'm just pissed about social media
Mhm.
because when I saw the picture, I'm like, okay, they actually had this man on the news talking about running for mayor, of New York, and talking about all the 17 or 18 or 19 cats that
Yeah.
he have,
that he has.
and I'm like,
Yep.
okay, this is who he used to be, a guardian angel, whatever you call them folks up in New York City. A long time ago, that used to go around and folks.
Yeah, I remember what you talking
Yeah,
about.
that's what he was, or that's what he is.
Sound like you need to sit on somebody's couch.
Something, but
You taking a damn cat to a damn pole, like the cat finna get up and I need a.
Well, the fact that he didn't
sign.
even know about it because he's running for office. He's running for the office of mayor. And it's some kind of little basic look stuff you ought to know about what the rules and regulations are.
Yeah, but that to me, that I know they say common sense ain't common, but damn,
Yeah.
who takes an animal unless it's like something that you need to get there?
Exactly. Exactly.
And then fussing with the dude. Well, where does it say? He's like, say it right there. Ow.
But see, I'm not upset with him for taking that cat. I'd be upset with finding out how many people actually voted for him.
Well, I don't.
Because I know we tell people go out and vote. Your vote count. That damn vote didn't count. if you put your vote on, that vote didn't count.
It didn't. So because he lost, and here is the candidate that he lost against. This is Mr. Eric Adams, former police captain who campaigned on the message of public safety, and Adams is also the second Black New York mayor. So the crazy cat dude didn't win. Thank God, because that would be something interesting.
But that nigga make some damn laws for the cats.
But congratulations to Eric Adams for winning over the cat idiot. But anyway. All right, we are going to move on to OGs about that life. Let's go.
All right.
We've been doing a lot of talking today. Just about everything comes up to voting. Every subject matter we've talked about today has pretty much come up to, if we want to see something different, we need to go out and vote. We need to vote. We need to vote. And on top of that, all in the news is how every time you turn around, some state has come up with this more restricted voting right laws, and it's almost back to the same: how many gumdrops is in this gumdrop jar, or how many bubbles is in this bar of soap. You need to give me these numbers if you want to be able to vote and stuff. And I'm like, I'm to the place that I am so angry, and I got to find a way to handle this rage that I'm beginning to constantly feel, because we are still fighting for the same thing that we've been fighting for 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago.
50 plus.
The same thing, and I was talking to somebody the other day, and I told him, I said, Dr. King would probably be just pissed to know that out of all the stuff he went through, giving his life, losing his life, his kids ought to be pissed. John Williams' family should be, John Lewis' family should be pissed. I mean, it is crazy to think that, and if I hear, and don't get me wrong, people can do what they want, but I'm saying for me, if I hear one more person talking about we shall overcome, I might shoot them. Because now the question now is like what it was 20 years ago and 30 years ago, and when are we gonna overcome? And what's in the way? If we don't sit back and start plotting and strategizing, it's just like when you build anything else, you got to do strategic planning. You got to look ahead and figure out this is where I want to be 5 years from now. And in order for me to get there, I need to start right here. So everything I do today is a stepping stone to help me get to where I need to be 5 years from now.
Right.
And if we don't start doing that, you guys got kids, you guys got grandkids, I got young nieces and nephews, and just the thought that they got to put up with the bullshit that we thought we had overcome, that we told them we don't made it.
Yeah.
We have overcome. You look in the read the news and listen to the news where it's a white flight again, but the white flight is from the suburbs to the cities. Not just here in Atlanta, but all major metropolitan cities all over the country. The white flight is back into the city. They leaving the suburbs. And they coming in and they living in the houses that your parents worked hard for, 2 or 3 jobs for. And they couldn't get money to fix up their house. But they can come and take these same houses and buy them and fix them up, get the money. Because if you think for 1 minute, these white boys who's buying these houses, who's living in these, got the money, they working day to day just like you and you and you. But they still can go to the bank and get a loan, can go to the mortgage company and get a loan. Well, you can't do it. They can get a home improvement loan. Because I refuse to believe that if a black child had been able to get a home improvement loan, say over in the West End, that they would have taken and moved out to the suburb if they could have fixed that house up and got the money to do. Because some of these houses that they fixing up over in the West End, in Atlanta, in the city, I don't know if y'all been seeing the houses, just looking at not just the outside, the inside. These people ain't got the money. They getting the money through loans and mortgages and how everybody ain't got no money. The economy is so bad. We don't have COVID, but all of a sudden these people can come and this is a house that was $15,000-$20,000. Now it's appraised for $1 million, $250,000. But these folks ain't got no job. It's something to where, what was the lady name who said Fannie Lou Hammond, who said, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired?
I remember the saying.
Yeah, that's where I am now. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I'd be talking to my nieces and laughing, like Tupac for life, thug life. But I'm about ready to really start doing a little bit thugging up in this camp.
Have you thought about running for office?
I have thought about running for office. I sincerely have. And it's something that I have not thought about. I'm giving it serious consideration. It's just a matter of, I think, just trying to figure out what and where, because I'm so passionate about so many different things.
Let's start with your council.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to figure out, whether it's city council, commissioner, or something. I'm seriously thinking about it.
You should.
But I'm also seriously thinking about also encouraging young people, because they got some ideas. We just got to be willing to listen to them. Yeah. They got some ideas, and they are not. They've seen what we've gone through. They've seen what the people before us have gone through. And they're like, okay, they're beginning to understand that didn't work for us. Because if you look at the moves that they are making, the financial moves they are making, and the things that they are doing, I support T.I. T.I. building this housing, affordable housing. Y'all say what y'all want to say about T.I. I don't care. He making it so some people can have some decent places to live and ain't got to get kicked out of their community. Yeah. Say what you want to say about Killer Mike, how he dress or how he do. Ain't nobody care nothing about that.
I like Killer Mike.
Exactly.
I like
You know, and it's David Banner. It's a lot
Yeah.
of them. You know, we got to be supportive of these people. Shit, Dave Chappelle.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, let's stop letting people dictate to us. Let's stop sitting here and not realizing that we need to look at another way. Because what's happening ain't working. It's the same. You can't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result.
Right.
Insanity.
You know, you can't keep doing that. And that's what we keep doing.
Yeah.
We can't keep expecting them to change when they have shown us, gift wrapped it for us, and delivered it to us. I am who I am, motherfucker. Y'all just got to take it. Because that's what they saying to us. This is who we are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and all this backlash and stuff that we keep saying, we seeing they doing that, because they understand what a lot of us need to start understanding. They see this younger generation, not just the younger generation of black people, but the younger generation of white people. And they gonna have a hard time trying to explain to their little grandchildren
All this mess.
all this stuff. You know, when they grandchildren look at a film, that's why they don't want the stuff in school. Because they look at a picture and they, well, damn, that look like grandma. Grandma, why you all in that little black girl's face telling her nigga go home? You know, because grandma don't want granddaughter to know that's what grandma was doing 20, 30, 40 years ago. And that's what grandma's still doing.
Yeah.
You know, so my thing is, my word of the day is, we as a people have to stop talking about we will overcome and just go on and go. You know, Tupac said we can knock on the door and I say I'm hungry, and you got all this food in there, and I knock on the door and say I'm hungry, and you look at me and close the door and say go away, and I'm like, I knock on the door again, and y'all sitting there eating big turkey legs and food everywhere, and I'm like, man, we out here hungry, can we just have a little bit of something? And y'all close the door again, and I knock one more time, and you still tell me to go away. I ain't knocking no more. I'm kicking this motherfucker in.
Hey, you gotta eat.
We got to eat. You know, and that's how we need to start looking. Let's stop knocking. How long are we gonna be knocking? Because they sitting on the other side of the door like they ain't gonna do nothing but knock.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we need to stop knocking.
Down, and here we go.
Yeah. They ain't gonna do nothing. We need to stop knocking. And if we gonna keep knocking, we need to knock on something other than the door.
Okay.
And that's what the OG got to say
facts.
today.
Straight facts.
She said that. And meant every word.
Every word of it. Every word of it.
So what we knocking on, people?
We got to knock on something.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead on and just moving on to Did You Know? All right, did you know? So this segment, we celebrate and acknowledge an African American and their contributions to making this country great. February is Black History Month, but we celebrate Black history on our show every week. So today we want to celebrate Romare Burden. His history was briefly talked about in the Colin black and white Netflix film, series, which is very good. Romare became a renowned artist. But before becoming an artist, he played baseball. He was so good that the Philadelphia Athletics and the owner offered him a position on the team. The Athletics would offer Burden access into the majors with one stipulation. He would have to pass for white. Burden proudly declined. After this, Burden became a very respected artist and writer. So today, here we go. There he is. So today, Romare Burden, we salute you for your contributions to making this country great.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to skip some stuff and we're going to go ahead on to let's blow this shit out. All right, here we go. All right, this is our last segment, and in this segment, I check your truth on some things that's on my mind, and that I need to just what blow that shit out. So today, grown ass people still doing high school shit. It is so sad when you see very grown people, I'm talking like 40 on up, still stuck in a high school mindset. I call them having the oak syndrome, old ass kids syndrome. People like, just because we're friends, I'm obligated to be involved in everything that you do. Or people like, just because you're friends with somebody, you can't be friends. You know, your friends can't be friends with them because then you're stealing my friends. And what about people that get on social media and talk all kinds of shit about something, but can't step to that person that he's talking shit about? So you can't be, you can't step and be a woman to woman or man to man and say, what's the issue? You got to go ahead on and get on social media and talk shit. Or what about those people that gets mad and just throw all kind of temper tantrum when they can't get away? And the list goes on. I'm sure we know someone that suffers from the Oak syndrome. Now, Ms. Entertainment is quick to dismiss and distance myself from people like this because, one, I have a brand to protect. And we know in this entertainment business, you can be lumped into some bullshit because of the people you're associated with. Two, I don't deal in negativity or have the energy or the time to raise old ass kids. So, as your president of the Real Ass People Society, it is very unfortunate to see people stuck in a high school mindset and just steady, just running in place. If you always have new friends and never have old friends, then you are the problem. If it's always everyone else's fault, then you are the problem. If people don't want to fuck with you, then you are the problem. Mm-hmm. So to my constituents, don't let you be the problem in your life. And when you run across people that suffer from the Oak syndrome, encourage them to get some professional help or simply just tell them, grow the fuck up. So God bless you and these United States of America.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
All right, DJ Talent, take us on out of here.
All right. These buttons still on.
I noticed that.
All right. So that has been another episode of The Real,
The Raw,
and the motherfucking rugged.
With the OG in the house.
Yes.
So how can I get in touch with you guys?
Ms. Entertainment, MIZZ, ATL. Oh, what? I forgot.
And she talking about my people.
No, right. Oh, there it is. MIZZ, ENT, ATL. There we go.
Miss Sandy.
That's why I write it up there.
And you can get me on Twitter and Instagram. It's Phoenix Blue 0618, or Facebook just on Sandy Pruitt.
And mine is DJ Talented 1, the 0. The O is a 0, like that. And if you need a place to come for your music, we have a studio for you. If you want to do podcast or radio, be a radio talent, we have a place for you. If you have if you are a photographer and you don't have a place to bring your people, we have that for you as well. Again, this is Terradome Entertainment. This is The Real, The Raw, and the motherfucking rugged. And we out of here today, y'all.
Hey,
not yet. Okay, now we are.
We give you the real, like you pop in